lakad matatag!
Normally.
And it looks like a Shadow Fiend is gonna be the last pick here from Yangon. Yeah, okay, that's aggressive. So let's see what the bottom lane is up to, where a lot more fighting is going on. Fonte is missing a ton of his strength, will get the Jingu Mastery off, but the damage isn't quite there to secure the Snapfire, and instead Crystal Maiden is gonna die as well. Double kill.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
The Resident Evil Grandma, and it looks like Yangon Galacticos, they got themselves 1,000 gold lead, so for right now their aggressive draft is paying off with KSH getting another kill on TZY. This Timbersaw just doing Monkey King things, right? Getting that Skull Basher build up and running and locking somebody in place for the less spell damage, or I don't know, there's many combos. Invoker's gonna go down, Leshrax will get all of his mana burn for that one. Just bottling back up again. SF, he has been scouted out, and Gorilla, you can see they need to kill this SF. They will run 3 heroes at him, make it a non-issue for the time being. KSH is just gonna go down, killing spree for Dolphin, and using their position 1 to rotate with the rest of the team for those big kills. He says right now it's over 60% chance for Yangon Galacticos. We're gonna see whether that stays the case here though, as Neex Assassin jumping onto Clockwork, but it's just gonna go down. No stun available. Not gonna do enough anymore. And it looks like we have ourselves a huge Monkey King ultimate. However, it's not really dealing that much damage early on, whereas the Crystal Maiden with her own ult will get Lan really low health. In comes the Timbersaw with a Timber Chain and a teleport back, so he's gonna be fine. Securing himself the first kill of the fight. Crystal Maiden ran it, and it is gonna be a trade. Support for support, which wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for YP going down, but every so Lesh and Crystal Maiden, both of those two actually want to fight really early. Meanwhile, so does the Monkey King, and he will set up a fast and easy looking kill onto the Snapfire. Fonte gets himself Sunstruck, but Timbersaw can do the front lining and can get another kill onto the Clockwork. If he die for this, it's totally worth it. And he is trying to escape, but between the Spirit Vessel and the Tornado Connect, bottom tier 2 tower gets wrecked, and now young PH will suffer the same fate as Dolphin. Nukes his entire mana pool into the Invoker with his BKB on. Guo is gonna die for that. Will just stand his ground against the Clockwork as long as he can. But it is 2 supports for an Invoker, making it a quite equal trade once more. And from Yangon Galacticos, resulting in a tier 2 tower this early. However, instead Z-Rain gets caught. The Monkey Ultimate, however, cannot be cancelled anymore. And the Wukong's command, it will get a kill on Lan, but only the Clockwork isn't gonna be good enough to be KSH, and KSH is gonna fall to Fonte plus Leshrax, insane amounts of damage. Now AT gets ran down with his Monkey King. TZY is just gonna die for that one, but AT turning around, looking to man fight it up. He is still very much strong. Because, yeah, I did say Undying scales more XP. I don't know. Maybe for the Monkey King to make a comeback, because I always like my games long and close. However, a hook shot is gonna be prolonging the game a little bit. And Monkey King fighting against SF plus Clockwork plus the Undying. Guess what? 3 of them are gonna die to the Wukongs at this rate. That will be 1 kill. Monkey King getting shoved out of his own ultimate. Not before punching KSH a bunch of Monkey King. Still in the Wukong, still juking the cookies. KSH gets locked in place, and the Leshrax is gonna finish that one. Now they have their set side onto Z-Rain. Z-Rain getting taken low and low and low. Young PH managed to snipe the Monkey King with Sunstrike, so at least you get 1, but that's almost a Yangon sustain this style of play, because SF, he really wants to push it for the late game, and look at the damage they are dealing to Timbersaw, so TZY is probably just gonna go on down to 4 people. Yep, he will. Surrounding him and finishing the job.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the initiation is there. Once again, the Leshrac is going to take the brunt force of it. He cannot lifesteal as it is. Now he finally can, as people have stopped hitting him. And with Dolphin being fine, instead it's going to be Undying, dropping, and Undying is dead. Now KSH on that SF is going to be low, but Neek Assassin comes in looking to finish the kill, and Timbersaw will do the trick. Yeah, no SF means... Undying, getting jumped on with Leshrac dishing out tons of damage. Yeah, AT, this is not his fault. Undying is just a hero that falls off, that doesn't really have late game, because 8 strength stolen, para decay. Even with the Aghanim's, it becomes fairly little by comparison to how tanky people are. Lan is gonna go on down. The Crystal Maiden did die for that, so at least one return kill onto this SF. But SF, guess what? He's still very much gonna suffer. Over on the bottom lane. Monkey King gonna be fine, albeit taking low health, and Fontaine needs to be careful now. The Tombstone Skeletons are gonna run down Lash the first time. Wukongs is still there, but you need to keep your carry safe. Leshrac is gonna try to turn around with the BKB with an ultimate. Timbersaw doing the best frontlining he can, but Leshrac did not get a good angle there. Because, yeah, you want to hit at least 3 people with your lifesteal constantly. And around that high ground to now smoke up immediately after from Gorilla. In comes the 2-man Shiva, stun lock up on 1. That is just gonna be the Timbersaw doing the front lining, leading to 2 kills. Ziren and AT get caught, but even if the SF was there, I think... But in comes the Timbersaw. Monkey King not dishing out so much damage. Has the Skull Bash already, and that's a 5-man Wukong. Invoker able to run on out. But guess what? Snapfire isn't either. It's the Clockwork. And these Drax, they are just gonna fall to a Monkey King who can comfortably sit in his ultimate while hitting them.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Weaning one more lane till Magus. Now TZY is gonna get caught for that one. Leshrac trying to frontline for him. Fear too strong, but TZY is still alive with all of that armor going his way. And AT, he died on the sidelines of that to the Monkey King, as now Clockwork goes on down, and Lash just keeping the stuns going everywhere. Makes it absolutely unfightable. Timbersaw is gonna get killed by some big crits from those creeps. A whole of 28 damage. What do you do? And now Leshrac trying to man fight up, even with the Bloodstone active. He may have activated it a little bit too late and is dead. Monkey King still alive, still fighting, but... Uh-oh, Fonte, he gets stunned up, he gets silenced up. 1 second left on BKB. BKB is now ready. And if he had that, was able to get the Wukongs out, that would have looked a lot. And now Shadow Fiend on the top lane gets caught with Bound to Strike. They immediately throw out the Wukong's command to follow that. And that is gonna be the first life on Shadow Fiend taken away. Shadow Fiend still the target as he gets cookied up the high ground. But with the Bound flying after him and everything else, Shadow Fiend almost dead. Is still standing his ground. The second Wukong has been committed. It isn't exactly the best, so it will help to deal with the Tombstone. As F throws out a Requiem, and now all of a sudden it's Yangon Galacticos' turn to change their odds here. Crystal Maiden is gonna die for that. However, Invoker goes down and he does not have a second life, unlike that SF did. And Bremson did, because the KSH dies with the huge. However, they are focusing on the Leshrac, and with the Cox, Leshrac will instead be the one dying. Invoker had to buy back for that one, but if you buy back the Invoker to kill off the Lash, that's worth it. You know, bit of a long game after yesterday, where all the games were super fast, even the not stompy ones. And Invoker is gonna jump on in, is looking for the Leshrac. Leshrac he is gonna use up his Aeon Disc, which was just kind of his anti getting initiated on tool. However, there is gonna be more of an initiation coming out on him, and Leshrac is just gonna die as he was entirely without a team and not having a support behind you anymore. Way of Gorilla here. I think they're quite pleased with that. He's gonna never have enough of those. And that's SF initiating onto the Monkey King. Monkey King not really taking tons of damage thanks to that butterfly though. Crystal Maiden in a bit of a risky spot. It's gonna be able to get away. Clockwork has used the buyback. And it looks like Gorilla, they're just kiting. They have no idea how to initiate a brawl of their own from this Yangon play. Timbersaw trying to run out, and Leshrac, he blinks, and finally the turnaround is there with the Timbersaw dishing out so much damage. It is gonna be the reincarnation wasted on the Undying. Cookie to try to chase for more with the Clockwork. Follow up hookshot plus a Hex being stacked up on the Timber, trying to make sure he's absolutely dead, and Timbersaw just can't move. Monkey King coming in with his BKB is just too big, however. Or is it, as the Wukongs, it may have landed, but he didn't really get his ultimate to actually hit people enough. However, now we got Leshrac once again charging forward, putting everyone into that ethereal realm. Shadow Fiend running for his life. However, look at the damage everyone, including DSF, is already taking. Just camping up the Wukongs now. Timbersaw manages to get himself out of there. Undying, he can no longer be clipped. He's got the Giant's Ring, so he can make some fancy ass high ground plays happen there. Actually be able to find the one winning fight. One fight, maybe all it takes, but that's no excuse here. On the contrary, Invoke plus Shadow Fiend, they initiate themselves with 2-man Requiem. That's just gonna be an instant kill. Crystal Maiden. 2 of Gorilla have fallen for 2 minutes now. I mean, it wasn't the Monkey King, right? It's not like Gorilla mined too much, but turns out the Dota win rate may not be so correct after all. People always claim it's really accurate, and it used to be back when patches were kind of faster and more predictable. Gonna end. Shadow Fiend goes in, finds a huge Requiem initiation, causing Timbersaw, which decides to just get chain stunned up and killed off. Yeah, we got some lag spikes happening whenever those big spells come on out. No surprise there. But you know what lag likely means, right? Monkey King probably wants to ultimate here.
My keyboard is not working.
And yeah, there it is. The 5-man Wukong's Shadow Fiend will be the first one to drop. He is gonna die. Undying, so tanky. But even that negative momentum is gonna leave QB eventually. Shadow Fiend dies the second time. One time down, one time to go. Undying, actually able to jump himself out of there. Shadow Fiend buying back. However, can Shadow Fiend do anything before Timbersaw? Okay, Timbersaw not gonna kill off the Invoker. A little bit much of a good thing. Besides, we do have supposedly another series up after this, so I think admins are gonna be real pleased about us keeping with the schedule and everything. Invoker goes on in, and look at one cast after the other. With that increased cast speed, able to get the combo out so quickly. However, against 2 BKBs and a Burrow from the Neek Tesla, it doesn't really matter. The only one to die is the Crystal Maiden. And now people are being taken low health. Timbersaw doing his best to man fight up with the Chakram. Monkey King comes on in, and there is the Wukongs on the 4 people, one of whom is going to be the Undying, using up his reincarnation immediately. Shadow Fiend dies, and Shadow Fiend no buyback. Monkey King will get himself another one onto the Snapfire. Snapfire may have buyback. However, with Shadow Fiend already being dead, your team is now lacking damage unless you find some really clean initiations. Here you can see Timbersaw just hanging through all of that while Leshrac comes on in, finds a 2-man stun, lifesteals himself back up to almost full health, and Invoker is going to be dead. Invoker buying back as well. And down goes the Undying.
I may be Cam, but I'm no ham.
The same way, anything that happened before the 60-minute mark doesn't matter this game anymore, because everyone is farmed. Nobody gives a crap about the kill score anymore. You just want mega creeps, you just want the ability to finally end the freaking game. And Monkey King, he is just focusing on the megas whilst Timbersaw goes on down. 1 or 2 more hits on the Rex are gonna do it. Monkey King, though, about to die, has to walk himself out of there. It's gonna be fine. And with the Monkey King being fine, can they actually turn this around? I mean, this Wukong's Remnant is doing some work, but it is gonna be Guogu caught for that. And Mega Creeps alone, while they may give you a lot more time and kind of make it more comfortable pushing in time after. Every time they end up finding a team fight where they can't do anything, they get more motivated to run in and try again. Provided they have the buybacks ready, but SF buyback is ready again. And with that meatball, Timbersaw gets knocked out of position. It's just gonna be fine for the time being. Out comes a great Requiem, and that is gonna result in Timbersaw being dead. Alright, that's one. They realized where SF was due to him showing in the creep wave, and that's gonna be the carry taken apart from Yangon. Has a buyback available, but maybe forced to use it as this fight is now getting pushed by the side of Gorilla. Gorilla, though, has to be careful for the Neek Assassin. Neek Assassin is gonna be just fine. Dolphin running in with the BKB, with that ultimate on as well, trying to look for damage onto anyone. Monkey not quite able to jump the targets he would want to, though, and that's gonna be Leshrac taken down with an Undying, and everybody else hitting into him. Invoker, of course, dealing pure damage off of those Sunstrikes. Shadow Fiend now buys back, and out comes another Cataclysm. Cataclysm not really doing a lot of damage. I never thought I'd say that phrase, despite catching everybody. Crystal Maiden hook shot at by the Clockwork. Clockwork getting himself out again. Nice little attempted play. However, instead it is gonna be one death. It is gonna be two deaths as Leshrac buyback just results in a huge cleanup. This Tombstone now has to be hit. Leshrac has to get himself out of there, but did set up some good stuns to at least secure himself, backing up. Crystal Maiden dead, no buyback, but so is the Undying now. 2 minutes, no Undying. Next Assassin looking for more, isn't gonna find any of the TPs out. And once again, we are gonna see the push from Gorilla instead unfold. What a game! And it's only the first game of the... And it looks like an ultimate is gonna come on out from the Monkey King. It's gonna get vision on the Undying, who's immediately gonna get caught by the Leshrac stun. But that is the first Wukongs being used up already. Nyx Assassin in a decent position to fight, if only that Clockwork didn't have a freaking BKB, but now that BKB and Clockwork stun locked up at the end of the fight. However, that is gonna result in Monkey King dying to Invoker and Shadow Fiend both focusing him down. Undying still frontline, still tanking as best he can. He is gonna go down. Shadow Fiend is gonna jump forward, trying to crit down the Crystal Maiden, and Crystal Maiden, one more hit is gonna do it. Well, the little Shredder will do it. Now, Leshrac can't frontline anymore after doing just a whole lot of that. He is still super tanky, but they will get him down eventually. And finally, Yangon Galacticos, they get in a spot where Shadow Fiend and Invoker have the same target to hit. It results in a Leshrac death, and now the Roche can get taken once again by Yangon Galacticos. Man, can't the 10th Roche of a game drop a tactical nuke or something? 5-man smoke up from Yangon. None of the smoke's broken. Instead it's gonna be a blink up. You don't want to fight under the tower aura, because at this point every aura, every buff really matters. However, Timbersaw makes for a good initiation target. That's gonna be his Aeon Disc proc. Leshrac once again running in. That's just gonna be 4 BKBs pressed, so he can't lifesteal against his own Aeon Disc. That's not too bad of a trade, as now the Clockwork can't frontline anymore, but he's just gonna fly out of there on 2 tornadoes in a row. Undying still frontlining with his team. Look at the tower damage they're dealing despite the backdoor protection still being up. SF jumps on in, finds a small Requiem. However, SF is now in a bad position. SF is gonna go down. Now the Wukongs gets thrown out just for Monkey King to deal with the Tombstone, and the Tombstone is gonna be killed off in no time. Undying, still man fighting with his own BKB, and Leshrac is gonna go down, as with BKBs he cannot lifesteal. That's the second round of BKBs being used in this fight, thanks to Refresh Orbs being available. Buyback on Clockwork, who has to defend.
Dire structures are fortified.
Ooh, and it looks like we did have the sneak into the Dire base off of the double TP boots into Wukong's ultimate, and now Leshrac presses his own BKB as SF is in position, to go for the Requiem, but the Requiem is just going to result in BKBs. Invoker is going to die once as the first casualty of the fight. Other than Nyx Assassin is going to go down. Crystal Maiden is going to go down. And it looks like Snapfire will be falling as well. Everybody running at the end, hoping to end this 110-minute game. And Monkey King instead is going to be killed off. Does have to buy back. Leshrac dead for 2 minutes though. And without a Lesh, it's now actually once again Yangon's turn to push. The last person with buyback remaining in the entire game is this Undying, and TZY goes on down for 2 minutes as well. 4v5 for the next 1.5 minutes. Gorilla, they got him without, of course, losing it. So a jump on the Invoker. It's gonna be Invoker. Has the Aeon Disc ready. But that's 2 people fighting into a Wukong's command and Leshrac ultimate. The Wukong's command is gonna be cancelled though, and that means counter initiation proceeding with the hookshot. Aeon Disc on the clock, on the Leshrac being used. Leshrac does have a BKB, but does he want to fight this up? Nope, he does not. Outcome the Cataclysms, giving vision on him again. Lash trying to fight this in the tree lines, but the damage is gonna be too much with the BKB, rendering him impossible to lifesteal. That is Lash versus 5. Down goes the next lane of Rex with that little Shredder and the Divine Rapier. Objectives are quite possible to get before that Aegis is expired. Aegis is gonna expire in 14 seconds. So you just wanna end the game and try to do so safely. In comes the Freezing Field, in comes the Leshrac ultimate, in comes everyone dealing so much damage. Timbersaw doing his best frontline, misses the Chakrams though. Is gonna try to man fight up against this. Oh my god, double Rapier hitting the floor. We got a double Rapier on the ground. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, double Rapier on the ground. It's being pinged out by everyone, but Shadow Fiend is going to use them for bait. Set up a beautiful Requiem on the Timbersaw, who has to buy back immediately. And that's going to be a Clockwork, picking up a double Rapier. Getting himself a few hundred damage, but immediately dropping them again. No buyback on the Snapfire. That is your only shot you kind of get. Now Monkey King got a Divine Rapier, as if his ultimate weren't big enough. Though he needs to not cancel them, needs to actually... Well, everybody moves so fast, it's kind of logical that he has to cancel them all the time, because the cast time is really long, of course. But cancelling Wukong's commands is pretty much how you gang score on the bottom lane. However, that means Yangon Galacticos, they kind of don't really know how many enemies are split where. Shadow Fiend is gonna be one that they can guaranteed find, and that's gonna be dead as F once again for 2 minutes. Top tier 2 still looking like a good target, but first there is another Roche available, and that will just be a fast Roshan. Roshan going down now. Even the Roshan is getting awfully tanky. Look at this. This is a freaking great. This is a freaking Stygian Desolator. Also, my mate is spamming me. It's really great that you can still see the messages despite me turning that off after every Dota patch. Gotta love it. In this base, I don't think it's ever gonna be pushed. The MVP here, this top Rex, having taken, I think, 3,000 to 5,000 damage this game. A Wukong is gonna come out just to finish the freaking Rex at least, plus the Clockwork, meaning you can actually finish them finally. That is Megas. Good luck pushing against those Yangon. They say as they back out again from the side of Gorilla with the Divine Rapiers. Z-Rain, he is just one-shotting 2 people at once though. Guo finds a 3-man freezing field. The Crystal Maiden dealing so much damage with her own BKB. However, that is BKB being procced on the Snapfire. Snapfire is gonna turn around, kill off the Crystal Maiden. Nyx Assassin still hidden, still trying to get some value for his team going. Finds a nice stun. Vendettaing out as best he can. However, he's slowed up to oblivion. Gets caught. Nyx Assassin stun locked up. Going for Tornado. No buyback on the clockwork, and you do have to defend the engine because mega creeps are pushing through, and everybody else has got. Nexus is jumping forward as is the Monkey King. Huge Wukong is coming out once again. However, Shadow Fiend right clicking Guru in the face and killing off the Crystal Maiden while still holding his own ground, at least for now. Nexus as he comes in wants to delay the Shadow Fiend a little, but he is gonna get Abyssal Blade up by the Undying. With those rapiers, buildings start falling at Yangon Galacticos. Are they actually gonna win it after just 2 and a quarter of an hour, after 2 hours and a quarter of an hour of a Dota 2 game? Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, what a game! Holy crap, we have had well over 2 hours of Dota, and it was anyone pretty much.
Choose your hero.
At the start of the game. And with that nice play there, out-clicking Guru despite the battery assault, it is gonna be 3 runes going the way of Yangon Galacticos. Yangon Galacticos, they kind of need to win the laning stage here, because whoever wins the laning stage is very likely to win the game. Though wow. And Rubik dies while Guru is still being chased. They decide to chase on deep here for the first blood. All the fighting is happening elsewhere. This Clockwork just running for his life. Brave little Clockwork creating so much space. And I'm not even sure if he's gonna go down, as 2 kills have already happened. With the SF getting himself the first blood onto the Rubik and then dying for it. I mean, wow. Wow. As for the mid lane, this is one of the mid lanes where Bad Rider actually has a good chance to kill. I think you're quite pleased with that if you suddenly realize, hey, I got a ton of napalm on him. You can again. Last game they had the early lead, then fell off, had to play from behind, then got the lead back in their favor again, then fell off for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and then came back. Guru is gonna go. Tusk gets lifted out of position, gets slowed up by the Leshrac, and will be killed with a Fate Bolt. Play like you don't have a one. Screw jungle. Who needs to farm jungle? You just need to kill the enemies fast enough that you don't need to jungle up on the SF instead. If it becomes that kind of a game, then I think Dawnbreaker going for a Rave Pact would be huge. You know what else is huge? Tusk just dying. On mid lane, teleports are coming in. With Flash already having died before Bad Rider can even make it in. AT is going ham on more though, and will go for the Doom as well. That
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
and it looks like Tusk did get killed off. And it looks like on the mid lane fight is about to break loose. They will find the perfect initiation onto exactly KSH, the one hero they wanted. Out comes the Cronus here, and it's gonna be 1 kill. It will be a return kill on the Clockwork, who was kind of left in a bad spot, but that's gonna be the Void dying. Yangon Galacticos, they use their Shadow Fiend. They lose their Tusk. Are they gonna lose any more? Because it was the position 1 traded. AT almost going down, but with a Rave Pact and a Snapfire, he's not only gonna be fine, they're gonna try to turn around off of the Mortimer's kisses, but Leshrac does manage to get himself out of range. It's gonna be just fine. Now in comes the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker not actually gonna chase for him. Instead leading the task to the Snapfire. Snapfire gets a perfect cookie. Scatter Blast, and with the Firefly it is gonna be a kill. He's with an excellent BKB timing. Rubik, one or two more hits, he's gonna go down. Out comes the 3-man Chronosphere, and they're gonna focus on the Bat Rider. Bat Rider is gonna die, and now the Doombringer will be the next target. Nice Doom, but was really nice enough. Well, I'm not so sure.
Double damage.
I mean, just having that isn't gonna be enough soon with that Lincoln Sphere either. So, Bat Rider, Blink Dagger, Octarine, maybe something to break through the Lincoln Sphere in addition to that. Seems really good. Now Rubik goes on down, but a huge ultimate from the Lishrak is gonna put Dawnbreaker into a bit of trouble together with the Doom up. Dawnbreaker could still live with the Luminosity or just get denied. Both are entirely fine here. Dawnbreaker gotta try for the Luminosity and Lifesteal. Plus the cookies flying through as Doom slowly but surely he goes on down for wanting to run down that Holy Lady. Instead the host faces Void and Tusk gets taken to half health, but he is gonna snowball, still is gonna go down. Now a hookshot onto the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend is gonna die the first time. Is gonna get himself killed up with 1-man Chronosphere. Solar Guardian, not enough to save. Another Solar Guardian actually ends up getting stolen by the Rubik, and for that Dawnbreaker is gonna go down. Nice teleport out from White Chen of only 6. Are 2 of the fastest zeros in all of Dota. However, Bat Rider simply has more movement speed. Lash still running for his life, but now people are gonna close in on him. That's 2, 3 surrounding him, 4. But Lashrak is nowhere near as tanky as to be able to sustain himself with lifesteal just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Dawnbreaker getting ran down by the Doom. TZY, he may not be the best late game. I would find it freaking hilarious.
Incoming.
Hookshot onto the Rubik there, as now Doom comes on in on SF, and that is your position 1 dying rapidly. You need to keep him safe somehow. The lifesteal doing its work, but it's not doing enough, and SF is gonna be down. So is the Tusk. And you could see when SF was hitting, even while he was doomed, he did damage. For just a second, they did damage. Imagine Yangon having 2 people. And it looks like this is gonna be the Snapfire caught once again. It's just a Snapfire, but every kill could just open up the next big fight opportunity for. And it's gonna be a lasso on the Doom instead, going a little bit too deep, but there's the Chronosphere, 2-man Chronosphere on the Bat Rider, and the Tusk means 1 is dead, 2 is dead. Fonte, he is so fat, he is gonna get another one together with Dolphin, making it 3. TZY goes down to the SF, but even without the Doom, you have a fine time fighting here, because look at how hard Fonte is hitting, look at how fast he's hitting. This Void is beyond godlike, and if you're not gonna stop him, then we are gonna have ourselves a game number 3. So Yangon Galacticos, they need to deal with the face Void right now. I'm not even sure if there's gonna be any waiting for the next Chronosphere, because from the looks of it, there is not. Faces Void, jumps forward once again, almost kills off the Tusk, is gonna manage to kill the Tusk with a little bit of help from the Clockwork. And here the cleanup squad comes on in. GG gets called by the side of Yangon Galacticos, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a 1-1. So, I mean, sure, right now Yangon's draft is harder to execute. I'm with Yangon. I am so with Yangon here. Sure, it's greedy as hell, Ember Spirit plus Drow Ranger, but final game of only the first best of 3 so far. It's gonna start off with a brawl, and that brawl is gonna result in an easy first blood. Because Gorilla, they actually went into some really sneaky positioning, made sure they all stay. Meanwhile, the Urza on the bottom lane, farming a lot better. However, he is gonna lose his support to our plus game of Dota. Hope we get more of those, but only 1 in the grand finals. I think that's enough for the whole tournament to have long games. Lich plus Mars. I mean, Lich against Tusk plus Mars is starting to feel really poor. Because you can't exactly hit your shields, and over on top lane, YP just watched Drow hit things all game. Doesn't mean that Lash isn't still a hugely powerful hero, especially if you pair him with something like an Urza. So the second somebody gets stunned once by the Lash, they are just dead. Young PH gets ran down deep by the Lishrak. However, oh, the lucky regen rune, it gets taken by Dolphin. Dolphin is gonna get an Ember kill because of that, and is gonna get killed off by the Tusk. Thanks to that regen rune though, gonna be Battle Fury progress for the Urza the longer he's left alone to kind of do his own thing, and he's almost there already, as a matter of fact. 2 more tower, 2k more. The first Mars Arena will get a kill on the Leshrac, as well as a follow-up Lich though, and that's huge. I said they needed to address the core problem and play around the Mars Arenas. They do both in one clean swoop. The lore all that seriously. The game itself, man oh man, especially the clutch match like this where it's 6 on 6 and Drow is just hoping to get all the space you need instead of losing. Well, over on the top lane they are gonna catch TZY with the snowball, plus Mortimer's Kiss is coming in from a distance, and it looks like AT will die for that one to Dolphin, plus a Lich on the bottom lane. Lich still has the ultimate available, could throw that into somebody's face, but everybody is gonna back off. Man, people... Leshrac getting a nice go onto the Ember Spirit actually, but the snowball save is there. Dolphin still wants to run down the Ember Spirit this time. Can they get Young PH? Nope. Remnant to the back of the fight. Young PH still remnanting through. Can he get another save fist out? No, he cannot. It is going to be mid laner, traded for mid laner. Still, you deal with the Disco Pony and give your Drow some more time. So, trades involving anyone but the Drow raid. You got the ability to kill off the Leshrac. You can deal with his tons of magical lifesteal and prevent him from just jumping from 0 to full health. That Ember Spirit is gonna get roared by the Beastmaster. Tusk walks in order to get the snowball, and Ember Spirit save fist. And out he goes, Z-Rain. He's happy to die like this. Dies a hero's death truly, as Ember Spirit going down would be disastrous. You still need him to make a lot more space for his Drow Ranger. Mars Arena on bottom lane, but it is gonna be off the mark on everyone. And with that, neither of the gangs... YP manages to get a catch, which will lead to 1 kill, almost 2 kills off of that Battle Fury damage alone on the Urza, who gets AT indeed. Drow Ranger is in a position to hit back, and Gua will die for that, but it's a 2 for 1, and Yangon Galacticos have to get out of there as quickly as they arrived.
I'll get over it.
Ooh, close bushwhack, but... And it's gonna be Snapfire caught, immediately trade for Beastmaster. However, Beastmaster no roar available, and they do lose out on the huge Snapfire kisses. But with the Beastmaster creep down, now it would have been a comfortable spot for Yangon Galacticos to fight, because those engine creeps, they almost down to below half health. They don't want to get the Roche too low too fast. Now a nice searing chains is gonna get finished on the Lash, as well as the Hoodwink. Both of them are gonna be caught with the Mortimer's Kisses, and the Lash is gonna be the one to die. Everyone kind of got poked low from Yangon Galacticos. Ember Spirit gets the Remnant out, and Beastmaster, he can continue those X spam. So Roche is gonna fall any second here. Drow Ranger actually doing so much freaking damage with the Mark. Roche is gonna go down, but Fonte will get the last, will get the Aegis. Is he gonna pay for that one? It looks like it, as Beastmaster goes on down. His BKB wears on up Fonte. Slowed once, Ice Shards connecting as well. In comes the Cookie. Lich will find an amazing ultimate, but at the cost of his own life. And the Lich ultimate will be destroyed with the help of some creeps. At least you got some lasts out of that, I guess. But you do lose your Urza. It's full team wipe, with the Drow Ranger and the Tusk both surviving. The Blink plus Arena, however, yeah. Now it's suddenly a hard fight to go for. Drow Ranger gets away her location. Guo. He just died to the creeps exploding. What the hell? Oh my god, this is so squishy. And I mean, sure, there was a bunch of marks. At Radiance, it's already underwhelming. That's the thing. Like, Radiance needs to do proper magical damage, so do these Remnants. However, in a game like this, where you have so many of them outside to the Agnums, if you don't die, that is. Because Ember Spirit, he goes down first thing in the fight, and now Snapfire follow-up kill. Axis flying through. Mars with the BKB able to tank through this, but only until the Urza comes in, because who can tank through the Urza? Drow Ranger for a little while apparently tanks through the butterfly, but not through a Lich ultimate. Eul's comes on out, and Drow Ranger, all you can try to get is a kill on Dolphin. One more it's gonna do it, but instead, nope. Drow's gonna die. Lash, he may be gonna live. And Hoodwink running through, trying to catch. I mean, YP, he should be able to find the task, right? Yeah, he will. And catches him. Down he goes, even with that. See, and you can see whenever the stunts come out, be it the axes from the Beastmaster, but back to typical meta gaming plus a lot of Lash games. Though this time around, at least there's a hero to deal with the Lash, except if the Drow gets caught here, and Lash is gonna blink right at her. Two-man Bushwhack for the full duration, and Urza just getting a double kill. Gonna kill the Mars up next. That's gonna be 3 for nothing in less than 5 seconds. And that's what it looks like if Yangon Galacticos get initiated on with the Mars Arena plus Beastmaster. It just does that to you. Sure, the follow-up dash for the Urza and the Lash, it was huge, but even without this, I'm gonna be stunned for so long and such a big NA on you any games, because that just increases the risk of Drow Ranger getting a good angle every time you go, and Drow does have a Blink Dagger ready, no BKB though, so entirely different priorities. We're gonna see whether or not that pays out. I mean, on the one hand, Blink Dagger would have been good a bit ago, and back when Drow had it, there were opportunities. Oh god. Mars is going to be able to get away. Z-Rain, however, takes the Urza's damage to the face. Like I said, Urza never has a problem scaling damage-wise. Now Leshrac, they never see the Urza, and they're never really able to go on the Fuzzy, even if he is leading the charge like this with an Aegis. Good luck. Instead, the initiation on a Mars Arena, a nice snowball, will, however, get them away, and it's just gonna be a 1-for-1 as Mars died thanks to his own arena and being alone in it. Now YP comes through with the sharpshooter, and is gonna be punished for that one by Young PH. Young PH gets himself back to base. This Ember Spirit and Drow Ranger doing top and bottom legs. Rex still standing. Urza would love to jump this Ember Spirit. Shrek is going to do the front line this time around with Frost Shield. He can tank through the Drow Rangers. Otherwise, incredible amount of damage. And a Mars Arena will catch everyone. Now the Frost Shield is over, and that leads to Drow Ranger just dishing out so much damage. Tusk, however, dies for buying Drow the space. Mars and Tusk not being able to frontline. I'd never thought I'd see the day. Then again, that was Urza's first life. Just sit in the back lines, spam one ability. But there's the Urza on the Ember Spirit. Is he gonna get lucky? It looks like Ember Spirit is able to render himself out of there. Fonte though, just going through, and what was that other target I said? Oh yeah, the Drow Ranger. Well, she's gonna go down as well, the Beastmaster, in exchange for that. But as long as Urza has an ultimate, he is gonna be ready to fight, and he almost always has ultimate. However, oof, it wears off, and he just dies immediately as the Walrus Punch was able to keep him there long enough. I'm gonna switch over to buybacks now, and Drow Ranger, and all of your heroes just kind of very well fed still. You do feel good taking that, because 30k, that's as big of a gold lead. You know you're at least an item ahead by checking inventories and stuff. And that's gonna be the Mars shutdown. That's gonna be the Snapfire, able to get out. However, on this side of the fight, Tusk doing all in his power to tank through the Beastmaster. Beastmaster is gonna be the only one trying to run him down. So far though, Z-Range still alive. Beastmaster press refresh orb, and will get the Tusk kill, because he realizes, hey, maybe I have Edict. Is gonna finish off the first tower in no time. And look at that Melirex damage. Well, what Melirex, you may ask, because there are none left. In comes the snowball onto Urza. Urza gets the ultimate out, gets the BKB out. It's gonna turn around, and with lifesteal will just be back to near full health. GG gets called, as yeah, this Urza, he hit his critical time against the Drow Ranger. Drow, you lost the Rex too early to still optimally pull ahead, though you're not expected to pull ahead.
Right.